be doing the classic grade 12 poem of William Shakespeare, Sonnet 73. I'll be doing a line-by-line analysis and questions at the end. So, if you're new here, we always read the poem first, so let's read the poem before we can do any analyzing. That time of the year you mayst in me behold, when yellow leaves or none of you do hang upon those broad which shake against the cold, bare ruined shores, when late the sweet bird sang. In me thou seest the twilight of such day, has after sunset faded in the west, by which and by black night doth take away that second self, that seals up all in rest. In me thou see the glowing of such fire, that on the ash of his young youth doth lie, as the death of bed whereon it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. This thou priest which makes thy love more strong, to love that well which thou must leave ere long. Wow, such a beautiful poem, no? Anyways, let's analyze the first line. So, the first line means you can see a specific season when you look at me. Then, yellow leaves or none of you do hang. So, in late autumn now, we're talking about seasons. So, in late autumn, the trees almost have no leaves left as they all fall or turn yellow or stuff like that. They change color. It's not green anymore. So that is what he's talking about. He's talking about the seasons here in the two lines. Then upon those which shake against the cold. So the tree's branches are shaking with the winter cold, because autumn is still cold. It's still about winter-ish. That is what he's talking about. Then the next line talks about the emptiness branches looked like ruins, roofless churches when the birds used to sing. So as you can see, all this time he's talking about the trees, about the weather, about autumn in particular. And then now we are here. Now we are analyzing this part of the. We are analyzing this part. So he's talking about fading light on evening. So twilight basically means like the evening, the sun is setting now. The light is disappearing in the west after the sun has set. So the sun is fading away, and then slowly the black night comes in. So he's talking a lot about nature and the sun and the leaves and the trees and autumn, all natural elements, and he's converting that into poetry. Beautiful, beautiful poetry, I must say. Oh my word. Let's continue. Now he talks about death. Night is like the twin brother of death, closing everybody's eyes to sleep. Now this is so dark and deep. Oh my god. Anyways, it's not nature anymore. Then we are on this line here, glowing of such fire. So you can see the final glow of dying fire in me. The fire is resting on ashes of what is already burnt. Now they're talking about something way more deeper here. Here, from like the first stanzas, this is all one stanza, but the first few lines, it's mostly very, very subtle, very soothing, very relaxed type. But now it's getting so deep and like dark and mysterious. So this poem is holding a lot of depth in it now. Anyways, those ashes have become the deathbed where the fire will go out. The wood that once fed the fire is now choking it as ash. You see that I'm dying, and it makes you love me even more. You value our love more because you know our time is running out. These last lines are so deep, like just in literature, okay, it may not seem so effective because you might not know the actual meaning, but look at these words. It's like actually really deep and very emotional. So let's and right now I have a set of questions that you should answer, and I'm not going to go through these questions. You are going to go to them and you're going to answer them, and I'll give you the answers in my next video. So look at part 2 for the answers. See you next one. Please like and subscribe.